G'day folks, Mad Aussie here and welcome to the Aussie Report. So it's been a minute since I've last put out a video. I have taken a short break. This has got a little bit overwhelming for me. I've taken on a little bit too much work, but I will let you know that I'm not going anywhere, that this will continue, just not at the pace it was previously going at. So I'm going to try and focus on the more important articles, I guess. But so moving on to this website, this is msn.com. This is titled Northern Territory Killer Cop Banned from Queensland Police Force. This was posted on the 18th of October 2022 and goes on to say, a Northern Territory policeman who shot dead an Indigenous teenager during a botched arrest was banned from applying to join the Queensland Police Force for a decade. This would be the culprit police officer right here, Constable Zachary Rolfe. Scrolling down, this says Constable Zachary Rolfe was also found to have above normal aggression levels during police recruiting. That was revealed in a written decision rejecting the officer's objections to proposed evidence at an Alice Springs inquest into the death. Kumanjayi Walker, 19, died on November 9th, 2019, after Constable Rolfe shot him 3 times inside his grandmother's home at Yuinduma, a remote Aboriginal community northwest of Alice Springs. About 3 years earlier, Constable Rolfe applied to join the Queensland Police, but he was rejected and banned from reapplying for 10 years for failing to disclose he'd been fined for being a public nuisance and violent behaviour on his written application. Coroner Elizabeth Armitage also revealed in her judgment published on Tuesday that Constable Rolfe failed to disclose he'd pleaded guilty to stealing while he was a soldier in the Australian Defence Force in 2012 when he applied to the Northern Territory Police Force. Constable Rolfe had been the subject of an internal military investigation, as a result of which he pleaded guilty and a military trial to a charge of theft, she said. Constable Rolfe undertook psychological testing with the Australian Institute of Forensic Psychologists before his recruitment into the Northern Territory Police. Although he was otherwise found to be an excellent candidate, the resulting report found that after making a mistake, Zachary is less likely than many others to accept responsibility, Ms. Armitage said. The psych test results said Constable Rolfe may brush off the significance of the error, seek to minimise his own role or to blame others. Testing also revealed an above-average aggression score. Whether Zachary will act with firm assertiveness or frank aggression cannot be determined from this scale alone, the Institute results said. Ms. Armitage said the report also highlighted friction between Constable Rolfe and his father, Richard Rolfe. The Institute said such patterns were frequently found to be associated with later resentment of authority figures in highly structured organisations, in which employees are expected to comply with strict procedures. In the present case, other data confirm this could be a problem. Constable Rolfe also objected to evidence showing the Northern Territory Police allegedly gave up trying to access ADF information about him because there were delays and obstacles. That ADF history would have disclosed Constable Rolfe's conviction of an offence of dishonesty, Ms. Armitage said. Constable Rolfe also failed to block evidence about his use of force on the job and whether the evidence at his criminal trial for Mr. Walker's murder was contaminated before a jury found him not guilty in March. The inquest will also probe the Northern Territory Police drug and alcohol testing policy and whether there is systemic racism in the force. It will also consider evidence about Constable Rolfe's prescribed medication and whether he used recreational drugs. Psychiatrist Alexander McFarlane's evidence is that Constable Rolfe's medication was likely to have impacted on his capacity for behavioural inhibition to threat. All told, Miss Armitage ruled all the evidence from 8 categories that Constable Rolfe had objected to through his legal team would be included in the inquest. Constable Rolfe submits that there is no logical connection between this material and my assessments of the issues that arise out of the death of Kumanjayi Walker, she said. I disagree. Miss Armitage said the evidence would assist her in a number of ways, including assessing Constable Rolfe's credibility and the reliability of his evidence. The impugnant evidence may also raise questions about the adequacy of the ongoing supervision and assessment Constable Rolfe received after he commenced as police officer, she said. In particular, his supervision and assessment in or around 9th of November 2019, including the assessment that he was suitable for deployment to Uindumi. So that is the end of this one. Thanks for tuning in and listening. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.